In this series, me and my team will journey across Scotland to bring you the very best breweries and distilleries, and we will showcase what they have to offer. Along the way, we'll stop by unique and amazing places for a bevy, and you never know, you might just learn something. Welcome to Bevy Trails. Welcome to the world of Red Door Gin. Launched in 2018, Red Door Gin is a handcrafted London dry gin, inspired by the rugged beauty of the Scottish Highlands. Nestled in a former storage barn at the Benromach Whisky Distillery in Forres, just 25 miles from Inverness, this distillery is steeped in history. The Uckert family acquired the distillery in 1993 and officially reopened in 1998. The reopening was marked by a visit from a very special guest, none other than Prince Charles, a former schoolmate of the Uckert family and now the current King of Great Britain. Now let's go and see what is behind the Red Door. Join us as we step behind the iconic Red Door to explore the craftsmanship, history and flavours of the Red Door Gin. Let's dive in.
Hello, my name's Emma and I am the host for Red Door here at Red Door Gin. On a daily basis, I host gin tours for people all around the world and some local as well. And I get to work in a world full of botanicals, so there could be worse days. So what we have at the minute in our range is 4 different types of gin. So we have our original gin, which is the one that you guys recreated through the way. Now this has that 8 botanicals in it. It's a classic London dry style gin. If you like a punchy gin, or if you like just a nice G&T, or if you're a straight gin drinker, we always recommend this. Now what we serve it with is 1 part gin to 2 parts tonic, and our garnish for this gin is either a slice of fresh grapefruit or some fresh raspberries in there. Now the next one that we have is our autumn. With the autumn, what we wanted to do was put a couple of botanicals in it that would suit the season a little bit more. So what we've done is we've taken blackberries, blackberry leaves and pine needles in there. It's a bit more mellow, a little bit sweeter on the palate. However, the sweetness just purely comes from our botanicals. We don't add any sweetener or anything into our gin at all. Then our winter, similar, however, again, we've added different botanicals in to suit the season. So we've added allspice, sultanas, hops and blood orange. So it's a little bit like a Christmas cake in a bottle. However, we keep it nice and light with that vapor distillation that we use. Last up, what we have is our Red Door local gin that we have. Now this is our latest release. What we've done is we've tweaked a few things and we just wanted to experiment, and we thought it came out really well. So what we've done is we've experimented with vaporization and a little bit of steeping. We've got blackberry leaves that were locally handpicked just outside of Forres at a Hardmere farm. Then we have locally sourced pine needles as well. We've reduced the strengths to 43 where the rest sit at 45, and we've also found that it's got really good reviews for being a bit lighter, being a bit herbaceous, but being a lot fresher. With the autumn, garnish-wise, we serve it with a slice of fresh green apple or fresh blackberries. With the winter, what we serve it with is a slice of fresh orange, but you can serve it with a sprig of fresh rosemary as well. And with this one, we're still playing about, but at the minute, we serve it with a nice either slice of lemon or a ribbon of lemon. So this here is our copper pot still. Her name is Peggy, and she was named after one of the family members of the current owners, Gordon and MacPhail, who own the distillery. She holds 500 litres of neutral grain spirit, which we outsource. This comes in and we use vapour distillation for our gin. When we do our gin, what will happen is we pop the gin in, our GNS, we pop it in and we boil it up. We use vapour distillation just for the majority of our gins because this is what works better for us. However, steeping may work better for some other distilleries. It just depends what you're using. What we do is these alcoholic vapours come up. They come up through the neck, over the still head and along this line arm into this container here that you can see. Now what sits inside of that container is one of these silver baskets that you can see just here. Now this is our botanical infuser basket. Essentially, it's a bit like a tea strainer. We cram it full of all these botanicals that you'll get to meet shortly, and as the alcoholic vapours pass through, what will happen is they'll collect all the flavours and the goodness that we want from the botanicals, but it'll also keep the gin nice and light so we don't get this heaviness to the gin at all. Once this is done, it then passes through into our other condenser here. Now from the condenser, it passes through our miniature spirit safe before being collected and passed through into our spirit safe. So what will happen is we take this alcohol and it comes down our condenser. Similar to whiskey, but just miniature, we have a spirit safe for Peggy as well. Now when this alcohol comes through, we have a hydrometer and a thermometer. So our distillers, who also make our whiskey here at Benromach and Red Door, will check what our alcohol is sitting at and take the tests and samples that need to be taken. From there, we don't really get the same cuts of heads, hearts and tails as we do with whiskey. So the first set of alcohol, which is actually 4.5 pints for us, comes off and we collect this into a bucket. Now we reuse it in the next run just to help take it down in any bitterness or anything like that. Some companies will just discard of it. Some companies will actually put it onto perfume companies as a base note for perfume. Once we've done that, the rest is the good stuff. So the stuff that will go into these 2 tanks here. So once this liquid goes in, this is our collection chambers, and we have 2. We've got one at the front and one at the back. When this liquid's collected, it's then obviously stored there and passed through into our spirit store through the way. Our spirit will then go into big IBCs before being taken down to Edinburgh for bottling. We do have a bottling line in Elgin, however, because of cross-contamination, we can't have the whiskey and the gin running side by side. So we are a bit further from home at the minute. So welcome to our botanical table. So what this is all about is basically something called your nose palette. Now it sounds a bit funny, but with everyone's nose picks up on different things, even if we're smelling the same thing. Now, what we wanted to do was show you that there's more to gin than just juniper, and we wanted to make you aware and learn about every single botanical that goes into the gin. So what we've done is we have taken all of the botanicals that are in our Red Door original Highland gin, which is a plain red bottle. Now with this, all of these botanicals are in the gin. There's no red herrings, I'm not tricking you or anything, okay? So what you should have in front of you is a various amount of things. You should have a box of botanicals. You should have a mortar and pestle, a glass with a sample of a Red Door original gin. Now, you should also have a pen and a spider web in front of you. Do you both have everything?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect, okay. So what we'll do, or what you guys will do, is take one botanical at a time, put them in your mortar and pestle, don't be shy, take as many as you'd like. Give them a good mash up and just get to know it. For example, the first one you'll be starting with is juniper. So you'll take some juniper, add it into your mortar and pestle, bash it up, have a nice smell of it, get to know what juniper is. Then, if you have short sniffs of the sample of gin in your glass, see if you can pull it from it. Now, if you think, oh, I can really smell the juniper from it, on your spider web, you'll see that there's 1 to 10. If you just mark it up a little bit higher with a little cross on it. If you think, Emma, I can't smell it at all, you simply mark it lower. But as I said, they're all in there, I promise. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
So the first one that you'll be doing is juniper. So if you take some juniper, put them in your mortar and pestle, give it a good mash up and see what you think.
A few of these.
So juniper,
That's actually cool.
we make you work for your gin.
I can see that.
So juniper is the signature note of gin. Legally, with some gins, it has to have a specific amount of juniper in it to be classed as a gin.
Okay.
For example, all of our gins are London dry style, so we have to have that specific minimum of juniper. The bottom three, apart from juniper, is what we think makes Red Door Red Door.
Okay.
What we wanted to do is we wanted to showcase what we have surrounding us here at Red Door. So what we've done is we've taken a locally inspired botanical that surrounds us here at Red Door. So we've taken rowan berries inspired by the woods and the forests. We've taken pearls of heather inspired by the mountains and the glens. And we've also taken sea buckthorn inspired by the coastal fringes in Scotland as well. Now the first one is rowan berries. Rowan berries are usually quite tart, they're a little bit bitter, and they apparently give our gin a very subtle dark chocolatiness.
Oh,
So
okay.
with that tartness, that kind of,
Yeah. We saw so many of these on the way up. I know.
I know they're in abundance, aren't they?
They're everywhere.
Absolutely. A lot of people believe that they would keep the witches and bad energies away from their
Yeah.
house, so you'll see a lot of houses with them, especially older houses. They've got them everywhere, but nowadays, even modern practicing witches believe that it protects them, so each to their own. They're very popular for jams and jelly as well.
Well, we got told that at Karoon last time, it goes very well with gammon.
Oh, I imagine it would, yeah.
Cranberry jelly goes very well with gammon.
Yeah.
We'll have to try that. We will have to. That could be for the cookie jar. Yeah.
You can take a bag. Take a bag, you can collect them on the way home.
I just start hitting so much channels.
Look at that net.
So next up is pearls of heather. Now pearls of heather are these beautiful little purple flowers that you have in front of you, inspired by our mountains and glens. What they give our gin is a very, very soft and delicate fruitiness and floralness to it. These are also the botanicals that I'll go home with in my hair most of the time, so I have no idea how they get there. They almost smell to me like a very subtle Parma violet. I know it's a really weird kind of niche thing, but they do have like a certain sweetness of that Parma violet in it.
But I just love how everybody's noses are different.
So
Everybody's
different.
taste, everybody's different.
Absolutely, so different. We always find that, especially as well after COVID, people's noses have totally changed.
Yeah.
So some people are going, I would love that smell back in the day, but now I can't smell it. So
You
it's
can probably
different.
tell a difference between smokers as well.
Yeah, I suppose actually, yeah.
That's brilliant.
So last up, what you have is sea buckthorn. Now sea buckthorn is a prickly little bush that grows around the coastal fringes in Scotland. When the berries are on the bush, they are bright orange, however they dry down into what you're seeing just now.
A little bit like raisins.
Yeah. So sea buckthorn, what it gives is a warming profile, aromatic, and it gives a slight warming citrus note to the gin, and it rounds the gin off quite nicely.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are turning on to the health benefits of sea buckthorn as well.
Yeah.
We have been told by someone from the the Orkney Science Festival.
Okay.
She was saying that 2 sea buckthorn berries is enough vitamin C for an adult for a full 24 hours. So they're amazing in health benefits, and I think a lot of people.
It's like a super root.
Yeah, it's like a health thing.
That's just another excuse for me to drink gin.
I think a lot of people are using them in like face creams, etc. as well. It's very popular in ice cream as well, apparently.
Okay.
Apparently it tastes amazing in there.
I'm going to start adding that to every meal then.
A sprinkle of sea buckthorn.
See how you've got salt bay, but it's sea buckthorn.
Exactly. So once you're finished, if you just draw a little line to connect all of your answers, like a dot to dot back in the day.
Okay.
Very balanced. I did not mean to do that, but it's just quite cool.
Completely.
Yeah.
So if you turn your spider webs over, you'll see a pull here tab. If you pull it out, flip it over, you'll be able to compare your answers with one of our flavour experts here at Red Door. But I do stress, it's not right or wrong. What this should tell you is where your nose currently sits. So if you're sitting closer to being bang on or in the region of the likes of coriander seeds, angelica root, sea buckthorn, you'll pick up more on your earthy herbal notes in life. If you're picking up or you're closer to the likes of lemon peels, pearls of heather, orange peels, it shows that you tend to pick up these fruity flavours more in life as it is. So the next time you try a gin, you might be able to pick a bit more orange peel out of it, or something like that.
Well guys, I got 5 right, so it looks like I'll bet even.
Mine's a little bit more to the shade, but I'm definitely eager's practice.
No, that's awesome. What a way to kick off a tour as well.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
It's
brilliant.
really
Like,
unique. This is probably the most unique botanical experience we've had so far.
oh yeah.
It's nice that people can actually visualise it as well and smell it, get up close to it as well.
100%.
Benromach brings a modern twist to the lost taste of Speyside, reviving the subtle smokiness and whiskey crafted over a century ago, using a touch of peat smoke, aging in virgin oak barrels seasoned with bourbon and sherry. Benromach creates a truly unique flavour. As pioneers in sustainability, they also produce the world's first certified organic whiskey, crafted with organic barley and American oak from certified forests. With 20,000 casks maturing on site, Benromach honours tradition while shaping future whiskey. Thank you for joining us for the season finale of Bevy Trails Season 1. If you've enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for even more exciting content coming your way. From all of us here at Bevy Hour, we wish you a fantastic new year filled with joy, laughter and great drinks. Cheers to 2025.